Hi guys, welcome back for video 10 in our Gavel estate planning workflow series. Today I'm going to show you how to code paragraph and phrase logic into your documents. Let's get started. All right, as you can see here, we are in the last will and testament for the client. And I have highlighted some green and some blue sections here, and these are going to be the show phrase and show paragraph sections. So we're going to start here with this blue section. To do phrase logic, you'll go to the show phrase when, and you can do logic based on one condition or you can do them based on multiple conditions. So you'll click this drop down here and you'll just find the variables that define the condition that you want the logic for. So this section here says, I am married and have however many children. So my condition for this section is going to be if the married variable is yes, and the children variable is yes. And you'll just highlight that section that you want the logic to be around and then choose insert condition, and it will insert that opening phrase of the condition and that end phrase of the condition. All right, and then for the next one, it's I am married and have no children. So we'll just want married to be yes and children to be no. And then same thing here, it's I am a single person, but I have children. So we'll say married is no, but children is yes. And then this last phrase will be for married is no and children is no. And what this is going to do is only show the portion that applies based on the conditions that you have set. Now you can do the same thing with paragraphs. So we'll set the same conditions here, but you'll go to the show paragraph when section. And show paragraph when is helpful for situations like this where you have multiple clauses and they might have multiple paragraphs that you need to either show or hide. So if you're needing to show or hide an entire paragraph, the formatting is a little different, but if you're only needing to show or hide a certain sentence in the middle of some text, show phrase logic is better for you. But for the show paragraph logic, it's just the same exact thing. You'll just look for the variable that you want for the condition, and you can add as many of these as you need to. And then you'll just click insert. So using the and condition while doing this means that both of these conditions have to be true. If you use this or condition, then it would make it show if married was yes or children was yes. So just be sure that you're using and or where necessary when inserting these conditions. But as you can see here, it's different than for the show phrase logic. The show phrase logic, that opening statement and that end statement is all within the sentences at the beginning and the end of those sections that you want to show or hide. But for the paragraph logic, the opening condition is above the paragraph on its own line, and then the closing condition is below the paragraph on its own line as well. And it starts with this %P. That's how you know it's a paragraph condition. The opening and closing conditions for paragraph logic have to be on their own lines before and then after the sections that you want to show or hide. So this was with yes/no questions. You can also set these types of conditions based on like multi-select questions. So we have that question about the will clauses. So we'll just find that one, and it gives you all of the options available for your client will clauses. So we'll say if it's clause 1 to show that, if it's clause 2 to show this, and so on and so forth. You could also set it to show if clause 4 only needs to show if clause 4 was chosen and clause 3 was not chosen. You can do that as well. So there are a lot of different options for the ways that you can insert conditions in your documents. And this conditional logic also works with auto numbering or auto lettering formats. So if I set up some conditions here to show these paragraphs based on your choices in the will clauses, what this will do is automatically redo the numbering based on what was chosen. So if you only choose clause 1, 3, and 5 to be shown, it will show those clauses properly and the auto numbering will be correct. It will just say 1, 2, and 3. All right, and once you've got that all set up, you'll just update in Gavel, and then you can go to the workflow and try it out and make sure that your code works. All right, so as you can see, I filled out the workflow. I have chosen that married is true and children are true, entered then that children's information, and then we'll generate the document. All right, and as you can see, that first paragraph was correct. It's I'm married and have 4 children and lists the children. Same thing with that sentence that we did the show phrase logic in, and the clauses also showed properly and the auto numbering worked correctly. If I go back in here and I say no to married and no to children, and then generate again, and you'll see this time it says I am a single person and have no children. That brings us to the end of this video. As always, if you'd like additional information, you can go to help.gavel.io and check out their Learning Center. If you'd like to get started with Gavel, you can use this link to start your free trial. This is also available as a link on our channel page. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.